So I wanted to give an overview. This is for the Toyota crowd. There's a lot of folks that have Toyotas that watch your channel. I'm going to take a look at the SPC Performance ball joint versus the JBA off-road ball joint. So it's time for both the Tacoma and the 4Runner to get replaced. So just to give some context, the 4Runner probably has, I'm going to guess, maybe 50,000 miles, and the ball joints are pretty shot, noticeable. Similar, likewise, miles to the Tacoma. The ball joints for the SPC on the Tacoma are less worn. I just want to make that perfectly clear. The cars are not treated the same. The 4Runner is used basically to take kids to town, and we do very little true off-roading with the 4Runner. We take it up a few times a year. The Tacoma is our workhorse. It has the off-road package, so we're taking it elk hunting, we're taking it on all the trails, and the SPC ball joint holds up better, in my opinion. And with the two different vehicles, I think mostly do. I mean, you can kind of see the size difference. I want to cut one of these open to make sure, but you can tell like the ball in the SPC appears to be way larger than the JBA. Other than that, I mean, install wise, it's pretty simple. On the bottom side anyway. The top side, you have a single nut that holds the SPC on, while you have 4 nuts that hold the JBA on. The major difference, another major difference between the SPC is it's adjustable. So you can adjust the alignment. You can make your tire go in or back out depending on how you have this spacer. You're set with the JBA. So whatever you get for your caster angle with the welded steel tubing is what you get. If you have an SPC control arm and you want to put on bigger tires or do other things, you do have some adjustability. So flex angle, they're pretty much identical. Without putting a protractor on it, they're pretty much the same. This also is a sealed unit from SPC, so there's no reason to grease these. Completely sealed. This, you can kind of tell it has a pretty big mass up here and is set. This is just kind of loose. So another difference. Strength wise, it's hard to tell. Like I say, these are new ones. I'll take my old ones out and cut them up and see kind of how the different ball shapes appear. Just wanted to give you a good overview. Cost wise, JBA is going to be more expensive just because they sell them separately. Another drawback with JBA, there's only available in one place. So they're coming from Pennsylvania from JBA, which, if you're in California, it's going to take you a while to get there. SPC, there's multiple vendors that sell SPC. I got my package from Summit Racing. It was free shipping. I ordered it on Friday, and it arrived Monday. So that was awesome. I ordered this on Friday, and it is now Thursday of the next week. So it took almost a full week to get to my house for this one. For this one was 3 days. So, and this is cheaper actually. I think the final cost on this guy was $169 for the pair shipped, total tax. These are, with shipping and tax and everything, are $91 a piece for me. So I've got to buy 2 of them. That's one thing that they don't really make it clear, except on one of the pictures in the ad, that they only sell them individually. So make sure you had 2 in your cart when you check out, because if you have one bad, your other one is likely bad too. So Something else to consider. So this one's right at 0.74. This one's right at 0.71. So SPC does have just a slightly thicker stem, not by much. Just kind of wanted to show the SPC upper control arm in service in the Tacoma. It's been pretty good. Has a lot of abuse. So essentially, this is the older style. It's greasable. Takes it takes 2 nuts to get it off, essentially. So everything else is looking good. So there are a lot of videos on how to do this. I'm not going to try to recreate that. Just a review of the 2 different products, basically. A longer term review, 60,000 mile review. So new one's installed. Looks good. So pretty basic, just 2 nuts, 200 foot-pounds on top, about 45 foot-pounds on the bottom one. I think that's a 22 millimeter. And the top, let's see, the top is a 32 millimeter. So if you get lucky, you can hit this spot right here with a hammer, a big hammer, and it'll pop right off, or else you'll have to use a pickle fork. And other than that, really no special tools required. So here we have the JBA upper control arm. We'll be taking the U-bolt out of this one as well. Little different process. There's 4 1/2-inch bolts, and I assume that's a size 22 millimeter, just like the Tacoma. When I say 1/2 inch, it could also be 13 millimeter. So, all right, that's just a different kind of look at the JBAs. So we're going to try the sledgehammer trick and see if it works.
Oh, it's recording right now.
I'm going to hit it right here with, this is a 3-pound sledgehammer. If I do it right, it'll pop off. Otherwise, we'll have to use a pickle fork. There it goes. Enough persuasion. One of the differences is the JBA's is it has a lock nut instead of a castle nut. So it requires you to use 2 wrenches to get it on and get through this kind of procedure, instead of just kind of spinning the castle nut up and using 1 wrench to tighten it and then throwing a cotter pin in. So here we are. Cranky cranky. So I wanted to show you a comparison of the Cutaway version between the JBA and SPC. So you can see they're quite a bit different. The SPC uses a much bigger ball and it's pressed into a race. So this is pretty tight, pretty even wear all around. We'll do a quick measurement of the thinnest part, because if something's going to break, it's going to be more than likely the thickest or the thinnest part of it, and where that's right at 16 millimeters. So we'll look at the JBA ball, which is a different style of ball and socket, with it being cut away on each side. So kind of how this works is a little different. This is the one that was bad, so it's quite a bit more play. So I wanted to get in here and see what the diameter is here. So at the thinnest point here, it's what? 13.7 millimeters. So, you know, actually quite a bit thinner. So 13.7 versus 16. So there you have it. honestly, this, since it's such a bigger ball, the longevity is going to be a little bit longer. There's so much more surface area here. And it's even surface area, so it's going to wear much slower. This, we're kind of only have wear spots on either side, so as you can see, it's kind of really loose. These do have the same amount of mileage. The SPC has quite a bit more off-road miles, but that's loose right there. One thing that you can do on these if you're really in a bind is you can turn it 90 degrees. And it's really tight now. So definitely did this for the Toyota crowd, Toyota off-road crowd, because these are two of the most popular control arm options. There's a few others too, but these are kind of what I see discussed the most. So that was kind of a good overview of what the differences are. And if you have any questions, or if you like one or the other, let me know. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think.